Oh, hi. Welcome to Armed Dad. Thank you for joining me again. As always, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification button and eventually like the video because it does help boost the content. You can also follow along for more content on Instagram at armdad.yt. I'm moving a little fast through this because I want to get to the meat and potatoes of this one. I've been in the firearm space for 20 plus years, different shooting things, different firearms, hunting, things like that. I'm also a massive Second Amendment supporter. I was part of a group that helped defend our rights against some of the tyranny that's coming down and some of the unconstitutional laws that we see. So I'm a big supporter of that. I was a voice for a while. I'm getting back into that space. So welcome to this week's Freedom Friday, where I have some big 2A news to bring to you. Midnight on the 22nd of April into the 23rd, a deadline expired for the United States Department of Justice under Pam Bondi and Donald Trump. Now, this is a big one. You may not think it is, but it is. This could potentially set a precedent that restores millions of people's Second Amendment rights. That is very important. Okay? Now, what was this deadline? Well, the deadline was on a decision from the U.S. Supreme Court of Appeals in the Third Circuit. Basically, they're not going to seek cert from the Supreme Court on the Bryan Range case. That was a case of a nonviolent felon due to a fraud charge. And what did it do? What was this decision that was made, you might ask? Well, it's simple. The 13-2 decision found that nonviolent felons cannot be permanently disarmed. You see, the law takes people who are convicted of a felony and disarms them permanently. All felonies. And you might not be an expert on the law. In fact, I know you're not an expert on the law. Nobody's an expert on the law unless you've taken tons of courses on law and you understand it. It's very confusing in this country. They do that on purpose so that you don't know if you're violating a law. And then before you go, oh no, do you use your turn signal every time you turn? Do you speed? Do you break any kind of law? Because if you do break a kind of law, well, then you've made a mistake too. You've made a mistake that could give you a big ticket. Maybe you've made a mistake on accident that could land you a felony. Do you know all the felonies? Do you know what every felony is? Probably not. But there's millions of people out there that have nonviolent felonies for things that they've paid their time for. They've put the time in to be rehabilitated. They have learned their lesson. They have moved on, and they're now better people because of it. And yet they still are not allowed to defend themselves, or this country for that matter, using their Second Amendment rights because of the way that the law was written. Now, this case changes that. It sets a massive precedent. It says that nonviolent felons cannot be permanently disarmed. So, moving forward, there's tons of people that can get their Second Amendment rights back. People that are good people that made a mistake, maybe when they were younger. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing was a felony. Maybe they didn't realize they could catch those kind of charges. If you've never made that kind of mistake in your life, well, kudos to you for being a great person. You're up there with Gandhi. If you have made mistakes in your life, you'll understand the importance of what it is to give people these rights back. These people are good people, families. They need to protect themselves. They need to protect their family. And they're not able to because of the law that already was set into place. But due to this decision, this precedent is being set. Now, how do we keep it moving forward? Well, it's very simple. We use this precedent. Get out there. If you have a nonviolent felony, you've paid your time, you're a functioning member of society now, and you qualify for an appeal, go appeal to get your rights back. Using this, find a good lawyer that can use this and use this to get your rights back. Now is the time to set this precedent in stone that this is a moving forward gun law, gun rights movement. Okay? Now, why do these kind of laws exist in the first place? Well, it's because we let them happen. People don't voice their opinion. They don't put themselves out there. They're too afraid of, oh man, what could happen if I put my voice out there and talk about it? Here I am, openly talking about it. There's a lot of great other channels out there too. I'm going to tag some of those in. Well, I won't tag them. I'll put them in the video here, a list of them so you can see them. The Four Boxes Diner, great one to go to. In fact, that's one of the videos I'd recommend. His video on this is fantastic. Go check those out so you can understand this a little bit better. If you're one of those judgmental people sitting there right now going, wow, sit down, put your 1911 away, and go back to being a baby about it. The rest of us who understand that people are human and make mistakes, get on train. Make sure everybody knows about this. Make sure your friends that you know that made a mistake when they were young or made a mistake a while ago, make sure they know that this exists. They can get their rights back. There is a path now to getting your rights back if you are a nonviolent felon. Get out there, make it happen, okay? It's simple as that. If you want your voice heard, make it heard. Let's set this precedent in stone. Let's make sure there's enough cases that this precedent has been set for that it is incredibly hard to change this in the future, because this is a massive step forward for the Second Amendment. Anyway, I'm not going to make this a long video. I wanted to just make it a short one. Thank you for joining me. As always, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification button so you get notified every time a video pops up. And please hit the like button if you made it this far. It helps boost the content so more people can hear about this and know where to find the information to understand this better. Thank you again for following along. Don't forget you can follow for more content on Instagram at armeddad.yt. I've taken up enough of your time. Go out there, make your voice heard, help fight for the Second Amendment rights of everybody that deserves them, all of us as American citizens under the Constitution. Help get rid of these unconstitutional laws, the infringements on our Second Amendment. Just get out there. FPC, the Firearms Policy Coalition, is doing amazing things. Join them. Join Gun Owners of America. Help put your money where your mouth is and fight for your rights. These kind of things cannot happen without us making our voice heard. That's the beautiful part of this country, is we have the voice. We set the tone. Let's set this tone. Until next time, get out there, get your voice heard.